World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist, and the Braves today try to complete a perfect homestand and wrap up a two-game sweep against their eastern rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. A great pitching matchup on tap for a matinee. Zach Wheeler, the hometown kid, pitching for the Phillies, and veteran right-hander Charlie Morton tries to finish off the Phils here in Atlanta, Georgia. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, great to be back with you for Game 2. Bertie, I know all the talk was with the Braves offense last night. 13 runs. That's something to brag about. But hey, let's not forget how good Spencer Strider and these Braves starters have been over the last couple weeks.
Strider was unbelievable. Season high in strikeouts. So fun to watch. He's really solidified that rotation. It's been very good top to bottom. Check it out. Wins, ERA, quality starts, home runs allowed, all at the top. And I got to say this, they don't walk guys, they punch guys out. It's been fantastic. And when your offense clicks and you get this kind of support on the hill, look out.
That's a perfect segue, Brian Jordan, because the Braves offense sure was clicking last night. 2 strikes and 2 out hits came in bunches.
Well, how can you win back-to-back world championships? Hitting in the clutch, and that's exactly what the Braves are doing. They've done it all season long. 2 outs. Look at those numbers. The OPS, 803, but RBIs, 194. And first and extra base hits. That's how you win championships, when you're able to hit in the clutch with 2 outs. And the Braves, watch out, folks, we may win back-to-back.
So Charlie Morton and Zach Wheeler ready to wrap up the series. We do, however, start on a somber note. As I'm sure you heard, the legendary voice of the LA Dodgers, Vin Scully, passed away yesterday in Los Angeles. He truly was baseball Shakespeare, the soundtrack for so many baseball lives. A voice for the ages indeed. Vin Scully, who said his greatest home run call was that of Henry Aaron when he broke Babe Ruth's record at Fulton County Stadium. We will celebrate the life and legacy of the Dodger great Vin Scully all afternoon long here on Bally Sports.
Baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
It's a cloudy, humid day in Atlanta, just how we like it here at Truist Park as the Braves try to wrap up a perfect homestand against the Phillies. Charlie Morton is on the mound, Bertie, and over his last 8 starts, the Braves right-hander has been dealing.
How about our Zaxby's indescribably good play? Look at that ERA. Now here's the only problem. 2.7 runs of support per game. That's the lowest on the team. He's been excellent. A lot of strikeouts. We'll see if he can hone that curveball in early. Always a key for him against lefties. If he does so, it's going to be a great day and a good pitching matchup versus Wheeler.
It was a great day for the Braves last night, who clobbered the Phillies 13-1. 13 unanswered runs for the Braves. Kyle Schwarber will lead off their Toyota starting lineup. Schwarber second only to Aaron Judge in home runs in the big leagues this year. Derek Hall, the DH, had a nice night at the plate, but the Phillies really struggled head-to-head with the Braves offensively. Castellanos has had trouble. Hoskins has had trouble. Kyle Schwarber has had trouble. Hopefully that'll be the case for Charlie Morton here in Game 2. With that in mind, BJ, what are your 4 keys for the Braves to head to New York on a high note?
I think it's going to be important for Charlie Morton to be efficient, get ahead of hitters. You saw Strider at work last night. He got ahead of almost every hitter and put him away. And Charlie needs to do the same. And on offense, hey, we got to score early and often off of Zach Wheeler. Do not allow him to get comfortable here in Georgia today, his hometown.
So Kyle Schwarber digs in, and we are underway. A first pitch strike, says Gabe Morales, who has the plate. That's the other story today. Guillermo Heredia gets the start in center for the Braves. A late lineup change. Michael Harris's foot sore after he got plunked last night. Texted with Brian Snitker, the Braves manager, before the game about that. He said it's precautionary. Obviously, you want Michael at peak efficiency starting tomorrow night.
No doubt about it. I think that's a good day off for him. You know, you got 5 games in New York, so going to need him.
Swing and a miss. There's Uncle Charlie. Good start for Morton. Schwarber strikes out again. And 1 up, 1 down.
Morton means business out of the gate. How about the big bender? Looks like it's going to be a fastball in strike and just drops off the table. Hitters hitting 181 as we showed you on that curveball. That average against just went down.
Morton starting his 2nd straight game against the Phillies. Morton looked great in the first 4, but a leadoff walk in the 5th inning up at the bank vault sealed his fate. He gave up 5 runs. The Braves defense didn't help him up north. Hopefully they will here today with Rhys Hoskins digging in. Hoskins 0 for 3 last night. And before we forget about last night, Spencer Strider, career high 13 strikeouts, career high 6 2/3 innings of work.
And guys, he was at his best last night with runners in scoring position. Philadelphia 0 for 6 in those situations. But the Braves offense 6 for 15. That's getting it done.
2 balls and a strike for Rhys Hoskins. It was 9 for 41 at the plate against the Braves this year. That's a .220 average. And out of play foul. It's 2-2. Phillies are over 500, 7 games above break even, 55 and 48. They're neck and neck with the Cardinals in the race for a wild card spot. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. Hoskins went fishing. 2 up, 2 down.
Charlie Morton is throwing easy gas today. Look at that. Like he's throwing a bullpen. Coming out hot. BJ 95 up and away by you.
You think he was watching the game yesterday? Strider getting most of these guys to swing at that high fastball for strike 3. Way to start his day off.
Braves cooled off Alec Bohm last night. Bohm went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Again, had the highest batting average in the big leagues last month. So he's been instrumental in this Phillies surge. Like the Braves, they've played great baseball since June the 1st, and they've done it without Bryce Harper, who could be back by month's end for the Phillies. 1-0 count.
One of my favorite pitches last night was 99 at the knees against Bohm for the strikeout, and he just turned back to the dugout and started laughing.
Yeah, he wasn't saying it wasn't a strike. He was saying, I can't hit that.
Yep.
Right? And not many could last night for Strider, who gave up just 3 Phillies hits. 1-1 count. Breaking ball dumped into right field. It'll hang up for Ronald. Efficient first inning for Charlie Morton. That was a key. 11 pitches, 3 outs. Here come the Braves against Zach Wheeler. Pitches. Here comes Ronald Acuna Jr., who's riding a 4-game hit streak. Again, Ronald atop the Braves Toyota starting lineup. He reached base 3 times last night. Marcell Ozuna had a 3-hit game, fell a triple shy of the cycle. And as we told you, Guillermo Heredia into play center field for Michael Harris, who's out for precautionary reasons after he got hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning last night. Braves have their hands full. Zach Wheeler is an Iron Man. He's seeking his 10th win of the season here today.
Oh, he's been fantastic. Fastball to all 4 quadrants. If his fastball command is on, which it usually is, he's very tough. Also a wipeout slider, cutter to lefties that's not on StatCast. So we'll look for that today. And hopefully, as you guys said, he's from close by here in Georgia. He's got a little bit on the pass list. Maybe he tries too hard. We'll see, BJ.
Well, I sure hope so. But it's going to be important for the hitters really to jump on him early. Because if he gets ahead, it means trouble late. He is so nasty.
First pitch skied toward right. And Castellanos will gather that in for the game's first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Dansby Swanson is coming up. Wheeler is, by today's standards, a throwback pitcher. There were 4 men in the major leagues, who threw 200 innings or more last year. Wheeler was one of them. Adam Wainwright, Walker Buehler, and Sandy Alcantara were the other 3. And to tell you how drastically the game has changed, you know how many pitchers threw 200 innings 12 years ago? 45.
Wow.
It has become a bullpen game now, for better or worse, as Wheeler gets ahead of Dansby Swanson.
Corbin Burns won the Cy Young last year with only 167 innings, fewest ever for a starting pitcher.
On the ground, deep short. Gregorius loads up and throws a strike. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Acuna and Swanson. Matt Olson's coming up.
This is what you're going to get from Zach Wheeler. He's going to get ahead with that fastball. He want to be ahead in the count so he can put you away with that nasty sinker or that slider, Paul.
Absolutely. It's amazing what happens when you're ahead in the count.
Well, we got a first-hand look at it last night with Strider.
Ooh. 2 outs for Olsen. Lights on here on a cloudy day. Something else that I think the Braves want to try to improve on. Need to switch from decaf to fully leaded coffee. They've had trouble winning day
Yes.
games. And a long game last night. Quick turnaround today. Hopefully we can shake the slumber. As Olsen didn't get that and has an even count. Matt has killed the Phillies in his career. 14 career games, 8 home runs. Looking for his first hit in this series and almost got hit. It's 2-1. Fun to score 13 runs last night. Hopefully the Braves saved a few more for Zach Wheeler today. Center cut 96 and right on by. It's 2-2.
Matt Olson is slugging 1,000 on 95+ fastballs, and Zach Wheeler 58% of his strikeouts 95+.
Breaking ball gets Matt Olson, and Morton and Wheeler have very impressive 1-2-3 firsts. Nice start for Charlie Morton. A 1-2-3 first inning with a couple of swings and misses. He'll face JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos, and Derek Hall for the Phillies in the second. The Braves 2.5 games behind the Mets. They are 7.5 games in front of the third place Phillies entering play today. The Braves with a 4-game winning streak is the longest in the National League, tying them with the Cincinnati Reds and the trade busy San Diego Padres. And that's outside for Realmuto. 1 ball, no strikes for the Phillies Iron Man catcher, whose 13-game on base streak came to an end last night.
Good life on that fastball today. Again, throwing nice and easy. The ball's jumping out of his hands. 38 years old.
The outside corner for the Phillies catcher, and Charlie ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, I love the graphic, Paul, you talked about in the open with Charlie Morton. Look, his record is what his record is. He's 5-5. He's kept the Braves in most of his games this year. But if he starts heating up and pitches like Charlie Morton has over the last 8 over these final 2 months, you've got him exactly where you want him come playoff time.
And we saw this last year. His opponent's average: April 296, May 261, June 209, July 186, trending down. What will it be in August and September?
This offense needs to score runs for him so he can kind of relax a little bit. Talk about stressful innings, trying to hold teams down. How much easier is it pitching, Paul, when you got a good lead?
Yeah, you feel good.
Close miss on a full count.
There's a few things, you know, when you have a team that can score, you may not press as much. Today's a little different with Wheeler on the mound. We'll see what happens. If you're good defense, then you feel more comfortable too, not afraid of contact as much.
Yeah, and one mistake won't beat you. And in a game where you throw 100 times, Paul, inevitably you're going to have a mistake or two.
Absolutely. And if you have a veteran catcher or a young catcher that calls a good game, that also helps because you can trust them. You're not thinking as much. You see his arsenal, excellent.
Pitch number 8. And it's lifted softly toward left. And that'll be playable for Eddie Rosario, who had a 5 RBI night last night. Long battle. Morton wins the first sequence with Real Muto. 1 man down.
The first step for Charlie for me is that he gets out of the gate well. Sometimes he can struggle early. So if he does that, which he's done, that's a good sign. The next thing for Charlie for me is to avoid the big inning. Every now and then he'll hit a lefty, he'll walk a guy, somebody will go deep, and he really pitched a great game top to bottom. He just had that one bad inning. So if we can avoid that, then we'll get that guy, that ace that we saw in the playoffs last year who can dominate.
Well, and again, we saw defense didn't help him that game.
Right.
Really caused him to press a little more and overthrow some pitches.
Nick Castellanos, the hitter, almost got plunked as that ball backed up. 1 ball, no strikes for Castellanos, who's starting to heat up a bit. 10 hits in his last 22 tries, but it has been a struggle for him in Philadelphia this year. Two balls and a strike. The Braves will have a chance to post the first score in this tightening Eastern race. The Mets and Nationals will tee it up at 4 o'clock. Up at Nationals Park, Washington helped the Braves out last night. Jacob deGrom's first start went 5 innings. Mets only gave him 1 run of support, and the Nationals beat New York. Swing and a miss. Nasty changeup. 2-2.
How awesome is that? You lose your 2 best players on your team as far as offense, and these young guys just step up when they're gone and beat one of the best pitchers in the game. Well, didn't beat him, but
yeah,
beat him when he started.
Won the game. That's exactly right.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Castellanos. And that one golfed into center, and Heredia is there, and that's the second out. 3 straight flyouts for the Phillies attack. 2 away, and Derek Hall coming up.
PJ, I know late in your career you platooned a little bit. Is it tough going out to the outfield when you don't see a lot of balls off the bat? What do you do to prepare for that?
Well, one thing I learned from Ozzie Smith, I don't care how old you are, you still come out and you work hard. And I was always prepared regardless. And Bobby knew that. I could play first base. If he needed me in the outfield, I would play outfield. And because I would take batting practice, see balls off the bat, it never really bothered me. But I can see how it bothers players that, you know, don't go out there every day.
The Smoltz in your way during batting practice, running around?
Always, always.
Hall lines one over the shift. So his 3rd hit of the series. The Phillies DH is doing some hitting in this series. He's now 3 for 5. And Bryson Stott is coming up.
It's going to be interesting to see when Bryce Harper comes back what you're going to do with this kid, because he can hit.
Charlie to the stretch for the first time. Stott with a 3-game hitting streak. He had a big game against the Braves up in Philadelphia, you recall?
Yeah, a walk-off 3-run homer. I do recall that one.
And yes, we do try to forget those.
Yes.
He had a 5 RBI game against the Braves on July 25th. As the Phillies salvaged a game in that series. And strike 2 to Stott, the Philadelphia second baseman. Another name that's missing for the Phillies, Gene Segura. What do they do with him and Stott and Didi Gregorius for that matter? That is the problem for Dave Dombrowski, their general manager. The pitch is rolled foul and out of play. I would imagine every general manager probably slept in till 11 o'clock local time today after the amateur draft and the frenzy of the trading deadline yesterday. You could just see the weariness on the face of Alex Anthopoulos when he joined us here last night. As he said, he's glad the deadline is over. Pitch.
Thought it was interesting that he learned since 2015 his family goes on vacation trade deadline week every time now.
I don't blame him.
Y'all can come back. It's over.
All the new acquisitions for the Braves are here with the exception of Raisel Iglesias. He will join the club when we get to New York tomorrow. The 0-2 pitch is hit high in the air toward right center field. Acuna checks the warning track. That ball carries out to the wall and he makes the grab up against the padding. That ball kept going and Acuna was able to catch up to it with a leaping grab for the third and final out of the inning. No runs, a hit, a man left. Scoreless game, second inning in Atlanta. Off to a good start, 2 scoreless innings. Now the Braves try to take the lead with MVP candidate Austin Riley leading off. Riley had a hit last night. Every Brave scored at least 1 run. In the 13-1 victory last night, Austin Riley was the last one to come home in the 3-run Atlanta 8th. Riley, the National League's Player of the Month for July. 26 extra base hits last month. The new Braves franchise record, passing the one and only Henry Aaron. As this ball is rolled foul at third. 2 balls and a strike.
Austin's been so much fun to watch. He looks so relaxed at the plate, so zoned in every at bat. He's taking some tough pitches, but he is not missing that one pitch every at bat.
That's what the great ones do, as that ball is hammered toward the gap in left center. Now roll up against the fence. Another extra base hit for Riley, his 32nd double. It leads off the Atlanta second.
Just like I said, he's not missing that one pitch. And that was down the middle. And it's so Austin Riley. Get some extension right here. That ball was spinning, but it didn't break too much.
The hanging slider. They say great pitching beats great hitting. Not all the time.
So a chance for Rosario, coming off a career high 5 RBI night, to at least get Riley to third base here and give the Braves a chance for an early run against Zach Wheeler.
Can we hand out some more bobbleheads today?
We've got 2 in the booth if you want them. Does that count? Oh, what a cut. And foul back, strike 1. Braves acquired Robbie Grossman yesterday. He's going to platoon, it seems, with Rosario. Eddie's going to get the at-bats against the righties, Grossman against the lefties. Grossman can switch hit, but has had better luck hitting right-handed for the Tigers this year. That according to his former manager, A.J. Hinch, who made those comments on MLB Network Radio yesterday. So Grossman goes from the Tigers to Atlanta, and in the heat of a pennant race with the Braves. 2 quick strikes and out of play, foul. It's 1-2. Excuse me, 0-2. I beg your pardon.
I had a chance to meet Grossman yesterday, and he was really excited about being an Atlanta Brave.
They try to keep Riley close at second with 2 strikes. And Rosario got a breaking ball and strikes out on a slider. No advance to the runner. 1 away from Marcell Ozuna. Second strikeout for Wheeler.
Look, guys, I know it's not easy. Just put the ball in play, but we've blown a lot of situations where that leadoff double is still sitting there at second base.
And I think that's something the Braves have to improve on.
Yes, down the stretch they do.
Especially come playoff time. Scoring opportunities are hard to cash in. You've got to take what the defense gives you. Now with one out, it's Ozuna's turn. He had a 3-hit night last night and takes a center cut fastball. And the numbers bear that out for the Braves, who are a home run hitting team. We know that when the Braves hit a homer, they are in tall cotton. They've won 56 games when they've hit it out of the park. They're 7-17 when they don't hit a home run. So we'll see how today's game plays out against Zach Wheeler, who's only given up 9 homers in now 114 innings.
Well, Ozuna last night, I mean, he had 3 2-strike hits. I want to see how guys just walk up there 0-2 every at bat.
No shift as Wheeler comes set.
Wheeler has those long legs and long arms, comes down off the mound well. Late extension on the fastball, so not only is it 97, but the effective velocity is going to be higher and it jumps on you. Got to be ready.
2 balls, 1 strike. Scoreless game. Good cut, but fouled away. It's back toward us, 2-2. On the ground toward Bohm at third. He kicks the ball. Riley's going to take off for third. They've got a play on him, and Riley is going to be out. Heads up play by Stott to back up Alec Bohm. The ball ricocheted right to him, and Austin Riley thrown out trying to go from second to third on a misplay by Alec Bohm. Tough break.
Yeah, I love the aggressiveness, but when that ball comes off, you got to make the decision very quick. If you hesitate, just stay. And that's what a coach would tell you every time. If you just hesitate, just get back to be safe. Stott, excellent backup right there.
Yeah, Riley couldn't see Stott from behind him, and as you said, doesn't have time to look and check.
So Riley's out 5-4-6 at third base. Ozuna now at first. 2 are out of the inning. And William Contreras is the batter. Something you don't see all that often in a big league game. Same catcher day game after a night game. And Contreras last night reached base twice. Once with an infield hit and scored one of the Braves' 13 runs. He's 1 for 3 against Wheeler in his young career. The pitch. Ten hits for Contreras against the Phillies, including 1 home run, 1 of his 13 that he's hit for the Braves this season. An all-star. 1 of 6 for Atlanta. The pitch. Broken bat. Little pop. Shallow right. Castellanos late break. Slides and hangs on and makes the play to retire the side. So a leadoff double is not cashed in for the Braves, and we move to the 3rd inning. No score. Nice sliding catch by Nick Castellanos in right.
Robbie Grossman yesterday, and this morning Jake Odorizzi was in the Braves clubhouse unloading his Astros bag, putting all of his stuff in his new locker after taking a 6 a.m. flight out of Houston this morning. And he was telling me he was introducing himself to some of his new teammates, still trying to figure his way around the clubhouse. But I thought it was funny, guys. He made sure to go up to Rick Kranitz and say, I know a lot of good guys who don't have a whole lot of good things to say about you. And he said it with a big grin, shook his hand, saying, I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And actually, I thought it was really nice. Asked the media if he could kind of meet with us after the game today, because he really wanted to give us his undivided attention. As you can imagine, he's still doing everything to check in and get acquainted with this team and get ready. But he is scheduled, it looks like, guys, to be starting in that doubleheader on Saturday. He and Max Fried, I think they're still determining who will go in game 1 and game 2, but that's when he'll make his Braves debut. And in the meantime, I also want to mention that Jay Jackson has been recalled from Gwinnett, is available for Snit out of the pen. He took Jesse Chavez's spot on the roster.
Okay, Kelly, thank you very much. And for Odorizzi, who's been around the block a time or two, welcome to another pennant race. Your first start against the team in front of you in the pennant race. As that big series with the Mets will start tomorrow, Kyle Wright will open it up for the Braves. The Mets have not yet announced their rotation for a 5-game series at Citi Field. On the ground, and a nice pickup by Arcia, and his strike retires Veerling. That's out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd.
Well, the good thing is Odorizzi was with the Astros, so he knows how it feels to be in that race at the end of the year. So, I mean, that's a huge pickup, I think, for us.
And Bertie, I think Kelly brings up an interesting point. Odorizzi's been around the block a time or two, several different organizations, but the relationship between pitcher and pitching coach is really important. How do you do that on the fly when the games matter the most?
Well, absolutely. And Cranny has such a good reputation that, you saw when he came over, he's excited to work with him. That's genuine.
Already a good job. Sliding try. He got that. Didi Gregorius is retired. Good play by Guillermo Heredia, getting the start for Michael Harris.
Wow, terrific jump out there in center field. Heredia, a guy that plays sparingly all season long, but he works hard every batting practice on his defense, and that's how you make great plays, by seeing it in batting practice, and then when it happens in the game, man, your first steps are so important. And Heredia got off to a great start.
Answers my question. I was wondering if he was going to be sharp with the first step. He just showed us he's going to be fine.
So Charlie starts his second trip through the Phillies order. Schwarber greets him with a foul ball. Kyle struck out in an 11-pitch first inning against the Braves right-hander, who's looking good here in game 2.
Man, when an outfielder makes a play like that this early in the game, man, it has to boost the confidence of Charlie Morton.
It wouldn't be an official Charlie Morton start unless he hit a left-hander in the back foot with that curveball.
Yeah, that's been the frustrating thing for Charlie. He's hit 8 batters with 2 strikes. This one early in the count for Schwarber. And right across the top of the shoe.
It's so good and it's so fast. The break is sharp. It's hard for the hitter to get out of the way. And that's his pitch that when he moves it over just a bit, he'll get swings and misses on it. So he's not going to stop throwing it. And you just understand that every now and then you're going to hit a lefty.
The good thing is he wasn't a leadoff hitter. He got 2 outs.
So 13 hit batsmen for Morton, who has led his league 4 different times in that category. And this one comes with 2 outs, and Rhys Hoskins, the batter, a right-hand hitter who struck out his first time up. Got him with a high fastball in the first inning. Let's see what he does here. Way ahead, 0-2 with 2 outs.
He's really struggling with that high fastball. We saw a lot of Pastrana yesterday. He couldn't catch up with it. And now he definitely wasn't close to catching up with that pitch last pitch by Morton.
Swing and a miss. Charlie Morton takes care of Rhys Hoskins. The 1 through 4 hitters for the Phillies in this series are hitless. They're 0 for 17. The Braves are taking care of the table setters. They're going to try to take care of Zach Wheeler in a scoreless game. 3rd inning next. Even more so as we have a scoreless game in the 3rd inning. Orlando Arcia, Guillermo Heredia, and Ronald Acuna Jr. are coming up. Wheeler and Morton matching pitch for pitch here in game 2 as that's upstairs Ball one for Arcia, who hit a towering 2-run homer here last night, his 6th of the season.
It's good to see him get the opportunity to play every day. You know his swing is going to come around. He's made some big hits this year for the Braves. But his defense has been unbelievable. And for a pitcher, I know that middle infield, you got to be on point. And with Dansby Swanson and Arcia there, it's been awesome to watch.
The last ground ball he had, he took it really cautious with his footwork and his hands. What that allowed him to do was show off the gun and let it fly and get him out by a step. And when you have a great arm, you can afford to do things like that.
Oh, took a shot, 3-1, didn't get it. Now it's a full count. Braves have a hit. That was a Riley leadoff double in the second. Couldn't cash that in. The Phillies with 1 hit as well. They've had 2 base runners, a hit batsman. So both starters on point here in the early going in game 2. The pitch is scorched into left field. A diving try by Gregorius. Another leadoff hit. Arcia with a 3rd inning single. And now Guillermo Heredia will stand in. Heredia has already made a great catch in center. Let's see if he can advance the Braves second baseman.
Good piece of hitting right there by Arcia. Working the count, getting it to 3-1, taking his hack on that fastball, missing it. And you know Zach Wheeler's going to come right back at you. And he was ready for it. Good leadoff single by Arcia.
Heredia is making his 3rd start since June 8th today. One thing we know about him, he's not afraid to swing the bat. And he's hit the ball hard in these limited starting opportunities. So despite the fact that he may appear rusty, his bat has been lively in limited duty. That's because Michael Harris has done such great work. If you're just joining us, Michael out of the lineup today. His foot sore after getting hit by a 3rd inning pitch last night. Pop fly foul evens the count.
Well, just like our great producer Gretchen always say, stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Heredia is that type of player.
I feel like that should be on a coffee mug or something.
Is that how that phrase goes? I always get that wrong. What is it again?
Stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
All right. One pitch. Good take. 2-1. Acuna is waiting on deck. Hot, humid day in Atlanta. It's going to be scorching hot in New York tomorrow night. Temperatures approaching triple digits in Gotham to start the Braves Mets series. So everybody staying hydrated here at the ballpark. And hopefully at home too. The pitch is low, ball 3. 3-1.
Wow.
I like it.
Back to back good at bats. Forcing Wheeler to throw a lot of pitches. Taking those tough pitches.
That's a good point, Brian. They used a bullpen game last night. 6 relievers pitched in 8 innings last night. Might be a little thin down there. As Wheeler ready with number 35 in the game. And now it's a full count. I wouldn't think Arcia would be running here, not with JT Realmuto behind the plate and Wheeler with that 97-mile-an-hour fastball. But we'll see with nobody out. Orlando another quarter step on that lead at first. Not going and fouled away at the plate.
I gotta give kudos to Heredia. I mean, that's a tough job to do, and then come in and you're facing a Wheeler throwing 95, 96. He's fouling off tough pitches, staying alive. That's not easy.
And doing a great job here in his first at bat. He's going to see at least 7 pitches. A little bigger lead at first for Orlando Arcia. Not going. And the pitch chopped slowly towards short. There'll be one play. Gregorius can't make it. Everybody's safe. Put the ball in play, something good might happen, and it does for Heredia. 2 on, nobody out, and the top of the order coming up.
Great at bat right there, Heredia. Just grinding it out. Got on top of that high fastball, put it in play. DD couldn't come up with it. But speed kills. Put the pressure on the defense. And it's good to see Heredia get that single.
Well, here's a golden opportunity for Ronald Acuna Jr., who swung at the first pitch today and flied out to right. Got to advance these runners at the very least.
Well, Acuna has 3 home runs in his career off of Zach Wheeler. I don't think he's going to be worried about just trying to put it in play.
It's been 17 games since Ronald has gone deep, the longest homerless stretch of his career. And no swing there. 1 ball, no strikes. Lot of extra work before the games in the cage for Ronald Acuna Jr. to try to get going, as he's in the longest cold spell at the plate of his young big league career. 1-0 pitch.
Ronald struggles a little bit with the pitch on the inside part of the plate, as most great hitters do. Wheeler able to dot that up. Let's see if he can miss over the middle.
Good take. 2-1.
Excellent take right there, man. After that 98 inside,
You would have swung?
he might have had me. I'm gonna be honest.
July 8th, the date of Ronald's last home run against Eric Fetty and the Nationals. And he's ahead 2-1. Pitch, fly ball down the right field line, curling toward the warning track. Nobody will catch up to that. And now Acuna facing a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That was it. Fastball down Broadway. Ronald wishes he had that one back, I know.
Pitch number 5 for Acuna, who sports a 4-game hitting streak. 2 aboard, nobody out. On the ground, in between Bohm and Gregorius. Second base 1. Throw to first is in time. A double play. So Arcia to third. Acuna rolls out. 5-4-3, the Twin killing. And it's up to Dansby Swanson with 2 outs. I'm surprised they got him that easily at first. That ball wasn't hit all that hard. But they clean up Acuna and Heredia. And now Swanson rolled out his first time, the final hope.
I think Acuna's just going through that frustration period. He's mad at himself for just hitting that ball softly to third.
Well, you've got him right where you want him in the case of Dansby Swanson and the Braves, who last night had, what, 9 2-out runs?
Yep.
Dansby Swanson's been one of the most devastating 2-out, 2-strike hitters in the major leagues this year. Let's see if he can pick up a 4th hit in this series and put the Braves in front.
Swanson did a great job last night of going out and getting a couple balls that were on the down and away outside part of the plate, even off a little bit. Broke a bat, but he also hits fastballs in well. So this gets the cat and mouse game of what do you throw as a pitcher when they're covering both sides at the moment. Not pitching him in yet with fastballs like they did Acuna.
That's a first, a changeup by Zach Wheeler there.
Outfield straightaway and deep for Dansby. The 2-1 pitch. I pitch him carefully too. You've got Olsen, albeit a left-hand hitter, waiting on deck, and Wheeler struck him out in the first inning.
Braves are doing a great job getting the pitch count up. Wheel up to 46 pitches now.
2 on, nobody out. Now Arcia at third with 2 outs. And Dansby rips that one out of play right. Full count. So here we are, guys. 2 outs, 2 strikes.
31 RBIs with 2 strikes. First and tied for first in Major League Baseball.
Well, let's see if he can break that tie and this tie. Here in the third. As Wheeler ready and delivers. Swing and a miss, and a promising inning by the boards for the Braves. A double play and a strikeout ends an Atlanta third inning threat. No score as we go to inning number 4. As we promised you, all of us who work in the television industry in baseball mourn the loss of Dodgers great Vin Scully, who said his most important call took place in our great city at Fulton County Stadium on April the 8th, 1974. This was Vin Scully's radio call of Henry Aaron's record-breaking blast, passing Babe Ruth on the all-time home run list.
1 ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. What a marvelous moment for baseball. What a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron.
What you missed in that call was after Henry Aaron hit the home run, and as he made his way around the bases, Vin Scully got up from his chair in the broadcast booth at Fulton County Stadium, went and got a cup of coffee, put the cream and sugar in, stirred the coffees, took a couple of sips, and didn't say a word for a minute 45, 2 minutes or so before he picked up with that beautiful soliloquy talking about what the home run meant for our game, for this region, and for our world in an era where civil rights were still such a big problem. Brian Jordan, he had just this uncanny ability to capture the moment, the big moment, better than anybody ever has and probably anybody ever will.
Yeah, I mean, some of the greatest moments in baseball, and definitely that was probably the moment of all times, bringing baseball together. And for Vin, good gracious, to just let it breathe. You know, everybody talk about filling the space, but he's the ultimate broadcaster, letting that moment play out. And because he knew how important that moment was in baseball history. So I love the guy, man. And you know, what an icon.
I had the great pleasure of interviewing him for our Bally Sports broadcast out in Los Angeles 5 years ago, I believe it was. And I think the interview is on our website at Bally Sports if you want to go back and watch it. But his love affair with baseball and with sports broadcasting in general came as a kid, sitting around the radio and hearing the crowd. And that's what Vin Scully always said was the game itself is a big story, but the story's nothing without the crowd. And I think a season that encapsulated that better than any was 2020.
Yeah.
When we were trying to get the sport going again, coming through and getting through the COVID year, how empty and how hollow the games felt, playing with the cardboard cutouts in the stands and not the real live audience. And Vin, as we know, just had an unbelievable ability to let the crowd tell the story. The Kirk Gibson home run in the World Series against Dennis Eckersley when the Dodgers and A's, after Kirk Gibson hit that home run, again, didn't say a word, didn't have to say a word for well over a minute in that game.
68 seconds from "she is gone" to the next words, "in the year of the improbable, the impossible has happened." Way to not mess up 2 incredible moments in baseball and let the fans just experience what happened.
JT Realmuto, the batter. Look, he went to Fordham University as a son of New York. when the Dodgers went west. Remember, Vin Scully started his baseball broadcasting career when there were no teams west of St. Louis. And when the Dodgers and Giants went west, he wasn't sure if he wanted to go with LA, because again, he'd been born and raised in New York. And when he went to Los Angeles, he had the unique ability as a veteran broadcaster to not only spin the stories and spin the yarns, but educate an entirely new region about what Major League Baseball was all about. And the old time players would tell you, as JT Realmuto hits, and this one on the ground is second. That'll be an easy out. It was kind of unnerving when they'd go stand in the batter's box at Dodger Stadium, and they'd hear the transistor radios on the old AM dial listening to Vin Scully do the game while they're batting. So every word Vin Scully uttered was being heard in a stadium that seated 50,000 plus people day after day out west.
My most prized possession, I got a Vin Scully signed jersey, LA Dodgers.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
How much you want for that?
It's not for sale, Paul.
I mean, I'll pay top dollar.
Well, just a wonderful gentleman. We'll have more stories on Vin Scully and how he impacted the Braves broadcast for so many years with Ernie, my dad, and Pete Van Wieren, and all of us who still get to call Major League Baseball games. Just one of the most impactful broadcasters ever. Great football announcer, tremendous golf announcer. Obviously baseball too, but an even better person, which is what I think all of us will miss the most. When you walk by that booth at Dodger Stadium and you'd see Vin Scully in his coat and tie, the pocket square perfect, and he always greeted you, no matter whether you saw him a lot or a little, with that booming voice, a hello, a handshake, and a hug. Welcome to Los Angeles.
And what a great place for him, Los Angeles. We're home of all the stars, because he is definitely on the top of that list of stars in LA.
Well, you mentioned the voice. That was it for me. I mean, growing up in Kentucky, watching TV and hearing his voice, and then later on in my 20s and 30s and 40s, whenever I'd hear that voice again, I went back to being 10 years old, sitting in front of the screen. You had that warm place in your gut for that incredible voice. And what an incredible describer of things that happened during the game and his ability to tell a story. Chip, you told me don't ever start a story with 2 outs. Vin Scully is the only one that can get away with that.
Foul ball after foul ball. It was amazing. As Castellanos a full count.
And Chip, how hard is it to be your own guy in the press box? I mean, not having a partner late in his career to really bounce stuff off. He just did all the talking. That
Don't
has
ask
to
him
be
that.
hard.
Don't ask him that. He would love that.
I think Vin Scully enjoyed that because he was allowed to tell the stories. As that's outside, ball 4. As Nick Castellanos is aboard for the first time in the game. That's the 3rd Phillies base runner. And look, the game's changed, right? There's no way. The way baseball is broadcast now is far different than it was even 10 years ago. But Vin Scully had the ability to do all the things that are so important in this craft. To use the stats, to tell the stories, to humanize the players, to be more than just, with all due respect to the analytics fans, numbers on a spreadsheet. He had an unbelievable capacity to do that and the freedom to do it, which is all but lost. As that's in for a strike for Derek Hall. It's 0-1. So we all mourn with the Dodger family, and we will always remember lovingly of the great Vin Scully, who passed away 67 years behind the mic, all with the Dodgers. As we said in our opening comments, remarkably, more years broadcast in the big leagues after he went into the Hall of Fame than before. Charlie Morton rolling. 55 pitches, only 15 balls today. And did that get Hall away by? It did. Another 2-strike hit batsman for Charlie Morton. And now the Phillies have a threat. 2 on and 2 out. Walk hit batsman. I know he's aware of it, but it's happening an awful lot, and it's leading to problems for the Braves right-hander. 2-strike hit by pitches, 9 of them now, Paul.
No, you're right on. That's what we talked about. It's such a good pitch. So the velocity is so high on it. It's such a sharp break. It's hard for the hitters to get out of the way, and he gets a lot of swings and misses on it.
So Stott with 2 on and 2 outs. And that's taken.
And this is when Charlie gets in trouble with that walk. That was his first walk to Nick Castellanos.
That's what got him in his last start.
It
was a leadoff walk in that game. This one with 2 outs. Braves will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up in the home 4th. No score. First threat for the Phillies. Castellanos, their first base runner at second base today. The 1-1 pitch. Now he's got him set up. Nice catch off to our left. Charlie, if you're going to throw the curveball, don't hit it.
There you go.
It's a 1-2 count.
And you don't adjust that with your arm. You adjust that with the target and your legs. So you'll do that with alignment. Catcher can sit on the outside part of the plate, play the fade, and end up down and in. See if he goes to it here.
High and away and taken. Let's see if that changes the eye level. As Stott now a 2-2 count.
And that's a great setup pitch for the curveball that starts on the outside part of the plate, breaking down and in.
And Stott has that back foot way in also.
There's the backdoor breaking ball. He rolls over, and Morton is out of trouble in the 4th inning. 4 strikeouts for Charlie Morton through 4 shutout innings. We remember Vin Scully with this Scully-esque line.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
For the Braves in the 4th inning, Matt Olson will get things started. Matt Olson is our Georgia Natural Gas impact player. Mentioned, guys, how much he has enjoyed facing the Phillies.
Yeah, look at the slugging percentage. 8 home runs, 11 RBIs. Hope he can catch up with Wheeler right here and slap one of those solo shots straight away center field.
Well, the Braves have had some chances in the early going. Leadoff double in the 2nd. 1st and 2nd, nobody out last inning, but haven't broken through yet. Perhaps this is the time as the sun starts to peek through the cloud cover. Maybe that's a good omen as Matt is behind 0-1. Last 16 games, Wheeler's allowed a .205 opponent's batting average. He is a true top of the rotation ace. With Nola, with Wheeler, now with Noah Syndergaard and Ranger Suarez, the Phillies feel pretty good about their top 4 starters as they push toward a potential playoff spot. Rob Thompson took over for Joe Girardi, and the Phillies have played very good baseball since. Inside corner, Olson thought it was too tight. Looks like it was a good call from Gabe Morales, and Wheeler has back-to-back strikeouts. This one starts the 4th.
Wow, that was a nasty slider running in. That's a good pitch by Zach Wheeler. He kept it down in the zone.
Austin Riley, if you missed the news, signed a 10-year contract with the Braves, the largest contract ever given by the Braves franchise. First pitch swing rolls toward 3rd, and Bohm handles that just like that. 2 quick outs in the 4th inning. I think that's what's so exciting, guys. The cornerstones offensively for this Braves team are locked up for a long time.
Yep.
I walked past him today and I said, hey, I said hi to you 3 times. How come you didn't say hi back? Is it the contract? And he looked at me, started laughing. He goes, "You know I'll never change. Give me a big hug. Congratulations." Incredible person, not just player.
Also part of that deal for Riley, he's donating over $2 million to the Braves Foundation.
Oh, man.
It's the underreported part of the big deal that Riley signed. As Eddie Rosario bats, he struck out his first time up and takes one at the knees or below. 0-1 the count.
After 3 pitches, you got to take that pitch. Don't want Zach Wheeler to get off the hook this early.
Off the thumb, squibbing toward third. Bones got it, throws on the run, and Zach Wheeler has a very easy 4th inning. We go to the 5th. Nothing here at Truist Park. Just a hot, muggy afternoon here in Atlanta. Good ball game. Wheeler and Morton pitching like aces. No score. As we head to the 5th inning, Charlie Morton will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Phillies. Kelly Kroll with us down by the Braves dugout. Brian Jordan, Paul Bird upstairs with me, Chip Carey, as we start a long road trip, hopefully after the Braves finish off a 2-game sweep today. Vierling grounded out to second, his first time up. He's 0 for 4 in the series. He's going to be 0 for 5 once Riley catches this. On Monday, August 15th, the Braves begin a home 4-game series with the Mets, and another great bobblehead. The first 15,000 fans will get a Charlie Morton bobblehead. That's brought to you by our friends at Napa Auto Parts. Hope you'll add this to your Braves bobblehead collection. It's been a great series this year. We just had the Eddie Rosario bobblehead night here last night. So get your tickets at braves.com/promos. This is a stretch of games that is very important for Atlanta, and it's a difficult stretch. 2 at the Phillies, 5 in New York, 2 in Boston, 4 in Miami, 4 at home with the Mets, 4 at home against the Pirates, and then 3 with St. Louis at the end of a 2-city road trip. As that one's into right field by Didi, a 1-out single, his first hit of the series, and Schwarber goes to work next. So I think it's safe to say, guys, by the end of August, we're going to have a real good feel of where the Braves are in this playoff race, both for the division and the wild card.
Yeah, that's an awful lot of games, man. You got 5 in New York just to start off. That's going to tell us a lot.
That's what we signed up for.
That's it.
Yep.
And Citi Field is going to be rocking tomorrow. It's going to be a fun set. Braves and Mets. 7:10 first pitch.
I didn't know how long it was going to take, and I suspected at some point the Braves would get close, catch, or pass the Mets. I didn't know that was going to happen in a month. They played so well over the last month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to be 10.5 behind, and all of a sudden you find yourself at some point 1.5 games behind the Mets. So we knew it was going to be a race. We knew the East coming into the season was going to be pretty good, the Phillies. So it's a 3-team race in that East.
Schwarber, a double play candidate. If you can get the ball on the ground, it's an even count. One ball, one strike. Nice play by Olsen to handle that short hop. Got to keep an eye on Gregorius. He doesn't run as much as he used to, but in a tight game like this, we'll see if the Phillies try to force the action. Scoreless game. We are in the 5th.
Well, if you remember in Philadelphia, they really took advantage of Charlie after he had a throwing error over the first. They started stealing all over him. Charlie sending a quick message that I'm not afraid to throw back over to first base.
Austin Riley, the lone defender on the third base side of the second base bag. And the 2-1 catches the inside corner. Man, did that ball break quickly.
Yes, that was a slider.
2-2.
Horizontal break all the way across the zone. Certainly don't want to jinx Charlie, but versus left-handed hitters, no home runs off his curve in the last 2 seasons. Schwarber, 33 homers. Charlie, I recommend the hook.
Pitch number 70 is fouled away. That'll ricochet into the Braves dugout. It stays 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Charlie's not afraid to throw that slider in.
That goes back to what Leo Mazzoni said during his Hall of Fame induction day visit with us. Pitch to your strengths, right?
Yep.
And his curveball's been excellent today. Check swing rolled solely toward third. There's one play. Gotta hurry, and they just got him. And that is the second out of the inning. It advances Gregorius, and Rhys Hoskins the hitter.
Say what you want from that left side. Schwarber can get down that line. He put a lot of pressure on Austin Riley to make that quick throw.
He wanted it checked. He took a little time coming off the field. Thought he was safe. You hitters.
We want everything.
So Contreras makes his way out to the mound, gives Charlie Morton a chance to recalibrate. You've got a base open, and you see how Charlie from June 1st, like the Braves, has trended in the right direction.
God, you got to love that. Look at the difference in strikeouts on the bottom. June and July really upticked in that. Curveball much better. We talked about Charlie getting through the first couple innings and then avoiding the big inning. He's certainly gotten through the first part of the game today with ease. See if he can give us a few more.
Well, knock on wood, again, these top 4 hitters for the Phillies in this series do not yet have a hit. They're collectively 0 for 20. Rhys Hoskins is 0 for 5 and has struck out 4 times. Fast runner at second, 2 outs. And that's the pitch Hoskins has chased early in this game. That time he took ball 1.
That's it. Keep throwing it. Atlanta pitchers, opponents hit 204 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. That's good enough for second in the National League.
At the plate but low, 2-0. Riley hugs the line at third. And Hoskins was late. It's now 2-1 for the Phillies first baseman.
Well, I know I said it early in the game yesterday. Phillies hitters 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Braves starting pitching has been excellent. It's been very good again today with Charlie on the hill. And rolled over foul. Now he's got him even 2-2.
It's nice when you mix in that breaking ball. Hoskins really late on the fastballs, not seeing it well right now. I don't know that I would go back to that. Go back to that high heater.
Well, I'm quite sure he's looking at the analytics. Charlie Morton throws that curveball more than the fastball. In the back of his mind as a hitter, he has to throw this curveball. But he's been striking out on that high fastball.
Swing and a miss. Charlie Morton takes care of Hoskins, who strikes out for the 5th time in 6 at-bats in this series. Didi Gregorius is left stranded. Home 5th coming up. Great ball game. Glad you're with us. No score. Braves and Phillies matching up here on a beautiful day at Truist Park. You see that on our Xfinity live look camera. The MLB Ballpark app completes your next visit to Truist Park. Buy and manage your game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. All right, time to break through here. Braves about hit the Phillies 3-2.
Paul, Zach Wheeler is so consistent. I don't care who's on base, strike one every time.
Very good. Great fastball command, not just velocity. Throws in like there, ball goes in. Here's what's also tough. Wheeler versus lefties, 165 off the four-seamer, 167 off the slider. We know he struggles against righties because he's a righty and has a great slider. So he can get guys out on both sides of the plate.
Line drive to short, and Ozuna's retired. That's out number one here in the Braves' fifth. And William Contreras, the batter, he popped out to end the Braves' second inning threat. Good old-fashioned pitchers duel here in Atlanta today.
Interesting how the Phillies are not really shifting as much. I mean, normally Didi would be behind second base there. That might be a base hit. I don't know whether the pitcher has his own options on the shift, but behind Zach Wheeler, I don't see the shift too much today, Paul.
Yeah, that varies with pitcher. So a pitcher can request that. A lot of times you leave that up to your defense, and then sometimes guys just play differently off certain pitchers. So you may shift on one guy, not shift on another based on the stuff they have.
I'm looking at old school baseball right here, man. I'm not used to seeing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, two old school starters are hitting their spots here in game two. Wheeler has yet to issue a walk. And he's got Contreras behind a ball and two strikes.
I learned from Kelly Kroll that Contreras walks into Narco, the mix, Timmy Trumpet, and the Blaster Jacks song. How about that? You see the crowd get nuts right there?
Oh, I love that, man.
Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for Wheeler, 2 outs. And Orlando RC will try to break our scoreless tie after a quick word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad under 600 calories with the dressing? You better believe it. Only at Zaxby's.
Well, I thought the walk-up song was going to help, guys. A little crowd noise, but it didn't. Also, Diaz's song when he closes and comes in for the Mets.
Oh, man.
Have you seen him jog to the beat?
It's almost like he's running like a thoroughbred. Just, oh, that's
strutting in stride to the beat. It's pretty funny.
Well, I hope we neither see nor hear that music.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Starting tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
Wheeler's not wasting any time, is he? He breezed through the 4th inning. 2 quick outs here in the 5th. Phillies have left 5 on base. The Braves have stranded 2. And Arcia, the 8th place hitter, has one of the 3 Atlanta hits. Who had back-to-back singles with nobody out in the 3rd inning, but a double play and strikeout ended that scoring chance. The pitch. Every divisional game is important. As the 1-2 is hit high in the air, left center field, pretty deep. Schwarber back. Orlando breaks the tie. A 2-strike, 2-out moonshot, and Atlanta leads by 1.
Well, he took Ohtani deep. Why not Wheeler?
Just let him play, Paul. Leave him out there at second base. Man, his 7th bomb of the year. Got a pitch up in the zone. Did not miss it.
And that goes to the point I was making earlier. You throw 75 pitches or so, 1 or 2 are going to be hittable. If you don't miss it, good things happen. And Arcia has given the Braves the lead, his 7th home run. So again, guys, 2 strikes, 2 outs, not too much for this Braves offense to overcome. So the 4th hit of the game for the Braves leaves the ballpark. And Guillermo Heredia with an infield hit stands in.
Now, this is just amazing what Atlanta's doing with 2 strikes. Talk about RBIs, 187 this year, 1st in the National League. 195 2-out RBIs, 3rd in the major leagues. Clutch hitting wins ball games.
So a solo homer for Atlanta gives him the lead. That's popped out of play right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again for Heredia. 3rd start since June the 8th. Michael Harris given a day off after getting hit on the foot yesterday.
And he's giving you quality at bats every time he's up there.
At the knee, strike 3, and that will end the inning. But 2 strikes, 2 outs. Orlando Arcia breaks a scoreless tie with his 7th home run. A no-doubter into the bleachers in left center field. Atlanta, after 5, trying to sweep the Phillies. They enjoy a 1-0 lead as we go to the 6th.
Lead now over Philadelphia as Charlie Morton heads back out to the mound. 76 pitches so far, allowed just 2 hits while striking out 5, and he's got that 1 walk. And if you remember just last week against the Phillies, you know, it was that 5th inning, guys, where things kind of unraveled for Charlie, and it was all with a leadoff walk. Chip, I know you go back to that all the time, but that is really what aggravated him the most with that outing. And Paul, I thought it was interesting for Charlie. He felt like he really had pitched well up to that 5th inning, and he goes, for me, I will step away and isolate just that 1 inning when I look at this outing. And he went on to say, you know, for me, it's the pitches I'll look at and the sequences I'll look at, but outside of that, that's really how I'm going to evaluate this afternoon. But he's not an anxious guy, as we know, but I would say he was a little bit anxious for this start. Looking forward to getting back out here against the Phillies this afternoon.
I think that's the sign of a great pitcher. When you struggle, you cannot wait to face that team again and show them what you got and do a better job. You're looking at a perfectionist on the mound right here who's never satisfied, always working, and cares.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Alec Bohm, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Base is empty. And a big swing and a miss. Charlie Morton is just dominating the top of this Phillies order. Another strikeout. Bohm strikes out for the 2nd time today. 1 away.
Wow, that almost looked like one of those 3/4 sliders. That thing went a long way across. Bohm had no clue what that pitch was. Swing, a miss. And that's impressive.
Very.
Bohm, who's been a very hot hitter, is struggling today.
Yeah, multi-hit games in 7 of 9 games. 0 for 3 today. And now another first pitch strike, this time to JT Realmuto, who is hitless. He's put the ball in play twice, however. And is a dangerous hitter with 10 home runs.
Look, I don't know how he's doing it. I mean, after that humid day yesterday, and man, not even 24 hours later, you're back out here on the field catching every pitch.
JT Realmuto, more innings caught than any catcher in the major leagues this year. And after a slow offensive start, here he is with a .260 average. And he has come a long way to get that average that high. We saw him at the end of May Real Muto was hitting in the 220s.
Yep.
So to add 40 points to your average, handle the staff, and catch every day. That's why he's one of the game's great players. But Morton has 3 straight strikeouts and 2 are out. Nick Castellanos is the batter. First, a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Castellanos reached on a walk in the 4th inning. That was the first real threat for the Phillies. They had 2 on with 2 outs. And a comebacker from Morton got him out of that inning. You want to beat any major league team, guys? Do what Charlie Morton has done to the top 4 hitters.
Phillies top 4 hitters in this series, 0 for 23 with 16 strikeouts. It's unheard of.
And all 7 of Charlie's punch-outs today have been against their 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And now he's got Castellanos set up 0-2. Braves will have the top of the order in the 6th inning, looking for some insurance, leading 1-0. Fly ball, playable for Guillermo. He's within a step or 2 of the warning track. Shutdown inning for Charlie Morton. 3 up and 3 men down. Ronald leads off. Braves up a run. He's given the Braves over Zach Wheeler. And Brian, speaking of one swing of the bat, maybe that's what'll get Ronald going here.
I sure hope he can get it going and get that long ball out of the way. Look at, wow, consecutive plate appearances without a home run earlier this year, 84, and now he's up to 82 games without a home run.
Swung at the first pitch, jammed himself, and pops it to Stott at second. Ronald out on 1 pitch twice today. He's 0 for 3.
Wow.
And that's the first out of the inning. Dansby Swanson is your hitter.
Guys, he's in that mental tunnel right now. And I understand, you know, coming off a major injury, it's tough, man. You know, this is a kid who didn't really fail when he first came out. Rookie of the year, hitting home runs left and right, and all of a sudden you come back from this injury, you're not the same player. And you want to be that player so bad that you continue to struggle instead of saying, okay, let me take a deep breath, shorten up my swing, and get something started, get a rhythm going, and then you'll see the home runs come. But he's just not getting there. He wants to hit that home run and get it going. And hopefully, again, I talked about it before, if Brian Snitker can move him back in the lineup, that might help him a little bit.
Back up the middle. It's a base hit for Dansby Swanson with 1 out.
And let this guy lead off.
There we go. I wouldn't argue with you.
But again, man, this is just great hitting by Dansby. Knows he loves to get ahead, getting on top of this ball. Not the launch angle swing for that home run. He wants to get on base, get an easy single, and keep his consistency going.
So that's the 4th hit in the series for the Braves shortstop. Matt Olson has struck out twice, called 3rd strike on a filthy pitch from Zach Wheeler last time up.
Kevin Seitzer talking to him before the game. He said Matt Olson just has not felt right all year long. He's felt off. So not feeling right means 21 homers and 67 RBI.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that's feeling wrong, you don't want to be right.
Hey, what song was that?
I think
popped up again. Who wants this one? It's Didi Gregorius right behind the second base bag. And quickly, 2 men are out. That's even before my era, Brian. So
I think that's Coming to America, the movie. If loving you's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Here's Austin.
Well, let's see if Austin can be right.
Here we are.
His fastball.
2 outs. Right guy, right time. Braves lead by a run. Riley with 30 two-out RBIs this year for the Braves. Number 31 would provide a little insurance. And a very fast runner at first base. Outfield playing no doubles in the Phillies outfield. '61 extra base hits. That ties him for the big league lead in that category. 29 homers, 32 doubles, and a triple.
I know Zach Wheeler does not want to make a mistake here to Austin Riley.
He's already hung one slider to him today. One to Arcia. A few fastballs down the middle. Like you said, when you throw 78 pitches, all of them can't be perfect.
High towering fly ball right center. Castellanos on the run. Ball carries to the warning track, and he's got room at the 375 sign to retire the side. Off we go to the 7th. Still Braves 1, Phillies nothing.
Pitches, 62 strikes. How about the big hook falling off the table? He's throwing it from different angles, and the high heat as well. Getting better like a fine wine, improving with age, getting better as the season goes along. A big game pitcher, and he is showing you he is ready for the second half. Guys, been fantastic. Four-seam fastball. Check him out. Curve and blue. A lot of pitches, swings and misses outside of that strike zone.
And that's how you bounce back against a team that you just saw last week.
Oh. That pitch has been as good as it's been all year.
Yeah, that's the slider. You see how it stays on that flat plane, breaks totally across the strike zone versus the one that goes down that almost teases that back foot. Like that.
So in the blink of an eye, Derek Hall is down 2 strikes. Hall's reached base twice. He's singled, and he's been hit by a pitch. Braves bullpen starts to play catch. Love to get Charlie through 7 innings and then turn things over to the pen. Charlie in July had 2 games where he pitched 7 innings. In fact, he had a stretch of 4 out of 5 performances of 7 innings work. Great way for him to start his July run as he strikes out Hall looking. That's 8 strikeouts for Charlie Morton.
Add another one to the video, BJ.
Wow.
Down and away at the knees. Nothing you can do with that.
Hit me if you can, says Charlie Morton.
Strider's on the bench like, talk to me when you get 13.
Bryson Stott hitless, takes outside, ball 1. Again, the Mets play Washington later on this afternoon. First pitch in about 2 hours. Braves are 2.5 games behind New York and start a 5-game series against the Mets tomorrow. Chris Bassett and Anibal Sanchez are the scheduled starters at Nationals Park. Here it's Morton and Wheeler. Contreras' glove, 2 balls and a strike. For the last 5 outs recorded by the Braves right-hander have been strikeouts. He's allowed the Phillies 2 hits. Think of it this way. Strider and Morton in their starting assignments have thrown 13 innings. They've allowed 5 hits and have struck out 21 men.
That's 2 good back-to-back games there.
And if you started a postseason and you had Strider and Morton, it'd be okay. But yet you have Fried and Kyle Wright. My gosh.
On the ground, right to Matt. He'll vacuum that up. Easy play for the second out. And let's not forget, guys, Ian Anderson, who had a great start last time out. And despite what has been an up and down regular season, we know how good Ian has been as a postseason performer for the Braves.
It took him out throwing a no-hitter last year. And if he gets back on track, and then Odorizzi joining the club, which will be interesting to see. You can use him out of the pen. You can use him in the rotation. And I love how Alex Anthopoulos said he's also protection in case someone gets hurt. Every start is crucial from here on out.
Well, I think Ian really found his confidence his last game. I mean, he was consistent, he was efficient, and he trusted that command of that fastball, which made everything else easier.
And he'll pitch game 2 against the Mets in New York. As Matt Vierling digs in. Speaking of New York, that's what Trevor Gordon and Nick will be talking about, previewing the Braves Mets series. On the stretch, as always, it's presented by Georgia Natural Gas. Vierling, the 8th place hitter, is 0 for 2. As I mentioned, the Braves have announced who their starters will be in that 5-game series. Wright, Anderson, Fried, Odorizzi, and Spencer Strider. If this ball is hammered into center field, a 2-out single, that'll bring Gregorius up. If DeGrom came out of his start okay yesterday, and if they stay on turn, Sunday could be Strider versus DeGrom. And that might be the end of the line for Charlie Morton. It will be, as Brian Snitker will go get his veteran right-hander after 101 pitches, 8 strikeouts, and only 3 hits. Bertie, he was magnificent today.
Fantastic. And at a time where we needed him most, he shows up. Excellent, excellent start.
Boats and wave runners. And by your friends at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Charlie Morton, terrific through 6 2/3 innings. He leaves with 8 strikeouts, a runner at first, 2 outs. And the Braves go to Dylan Lee, who has emerged as a very important setup guy for Brian Snitker. Not only a setup guy, Bertie, but a guy that puts out fires in situations like this.
No, he's been fantastic. Another one of the guys that maybe you didn't count on at the beginning of the year, didn't know what to expect. 27+ innings, 1-3-2. That's getting it done.
And he doesn't hurt himself. He doesn't walk people, Brian. He attacks the strike zone.
And that's what I love about him. He is not afraid. He's a very confident guy out there, and that's exactly what the Braves need out of the bullpen.
Improved slider. Look at it. Looks like it's middle and then disappears. Bottom falls out of the zone.
And another thing I'm impressed with, nothing seems to bother him out there on the mound.
Throws a strike on 70% of his pitches, a 10-to-1 strikeout to walk rate as the runner goes, and the pitch a ball, and no chance. As Vierling got a great jump, he steals his 5th base of the year, and that changes the calculus a bit here. Runner at second, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
It's a tremendous jump right there. Matt Vierling saw something.
He got a little Jeff Francoeur in him out there.
On the ground into the shift. Arcia's got it perfectly positioned, and Lee gets the Braves out of some 7th inning trouble. Atlanta leads 1-0, trying to sweep the Phillies. Now we look ahead to the Mets. Trevor, time to take it away on the stretch. Lee got Gregorius to ground out, and now the Braves try to add on again against Zach Wheeler, with Eddie Rosario leading off here in the home 7th.
Nice line for Wheeler right there. No walks, 6 Ks. A lot of strikes in 79 pitches. He's been excellent. But our guy's been one pitch better.
That's it.
One mistake.
And it cost him dearly. The RCO homer, the second of his 2 hits. And the Braves enjoy a 1-0 lead. Rosario is 0 for 2 today. And that's popped toward the third deck foul. Strike 1 for the Braves left fielder, Eddie Rosario. Phillies will have the top of the order coming up in the 8th inning. Schwarber, Hoskins, and Alec Bohm. They're delighted that Charlie Morton's out of the game. They had no luck against him. Stroke toward left. Retreating is Schwarber. And Kyle makes the catch. There's out number 1. Marcell Ozuna is the hitter. Before he bats, here's a quick word from Bank of America. Three-hit night for Marcell last night, including home run number 19. He reached on a fielder's choice in the second today and lined out to short. Ball 1. The Braves are trying to extend their winning streak to 5 consecutive games. Just how you want to go into a matchup with the division leaders, playing clean, crisp, solid baseball, and the Braves are doing that. And they're beating Zach Wheeler 1-0 today.
Wow, Wheeler's been so efficient. Just 84 pitches going into the 7th inning.
High fly ball toward left. Schwarber slowing as he gets to the edge of the warning track. Ozuna got jammed, just missed. He's the second out, and Contreras the final 7th inning hope. What's this song again, Paul?
This is Narcos with the trumpets. You feeling it, Chip, aren't you?
Yeah, I like it. I actually do.
Gotta
like
move
it.
left, right, stride, left, right.
Clydesdale. Get the knees up.
I've been told by my lovely wife Susan I am not allowed to dance, so I will leave that to you two. You guys look pretty good as Contreras takes outside ball 1. Did you guys have walk-up music in your day?
Yes.
What was your song?
We're not that old, Chip.
Wow.
Jeez, on whiz. Well, when I came to Atlanta, it was Welcome to Atlanta.
Okay, so, right.
Yeah.
Mine was Shine, Newsboys. And then every now and then they would play Surfing Bird. Do you remember the old drum solo song of the 60s?
Yep.
Yeah. Got everybody going. Nothing too scary. No Mariano Rivera, Sandman, Trevor Hoffman, Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells. I love that one.
That was good.
Oh, man.
My favorite was when John Smoltz came in as a closer for the first time. It wasn't Thunderstruck. They made a mistake on the PA at Turner Field, and they played Dancing Queen from ABBA.
I should have stuck with that.
That was perfect for Smoltzy.
1-2 pitch. Can't you just see him looking up like, what? What is this? You know,
one of the best ever, Chipper Jones, Crazy Train.
Yeah. Yep.
Had the honor of he and Trevor Hoffman interviewing both of them going into the Hall of Fame. Asked them which is better. It was a big debate.
swing and a miss, and Wheeler is trying to keep his Phillies in this game. We're through 7, 1-0. Today, Garrett Cole for the Yankees got absolutely clobbered. The Seattle Mariners, who are going for it, 21 years without a playoff appearance for Seattle. And behind Luis Castillo, their prized pickup at the trading deadline, they are in New York trying to win the second game in that series. It's 6-1 in the Bronx.
Wow, the Yankees going in the wrong direction since the second half started.
So Seattle 11 games behind Houston, trying to win their 30th game on the road against Garrett Cole and the Yankees today. The Braves trying to win their 64th game. They're a season high 22 games over 500. And Dylan Lee will go after Kyle Schwarber, who leads off the 8th inning for the Phillies. Schwarber is 0 for 2 and has been hit by a pitch. Braves by a run. If you're just joining us, Orlando Arcia's 2 out, 2 strike, 5th inning homer is the only run of this game so far.
There's that good improved slider from Dylan Lee over last year. And if you're wondering about the Atlanta bullpen, 358 strikeouts from the 7th inning on. That leads Major League Baseball. Packing the heat, BJ.
Yes, he is. Just like that 91 right there inside. Tough pitch to handle if you're not looking for it.
Strike after strike from Dylan Lee with nobody on or out. For Kyle Schwarber, who swings and misses. 9 Phillies have struck out in the game. That's Lee's first punch out. Schwarber has swung and missed twice.
There it is. Make it 359 strikeouts from the 7th inning on. What a great breaking ball. Has depth to it as you see it goes down. Can get righties and lefties out.
Yeah, what a good sequence there. Started him out with a slider, threw a fastball inside, and went back with the slider away.
Nobody says slider better than you.
Well, Peter Moylan might have something to say about that, right?
That's true.
As Rhys Hoskins bats, Hoskins has the hat trick. He's 0 for 3. And has struck out at every trip to the plate but 1 in this series. Braves have pitched him tough all year. He's 9 for 44 and is a sub 200 hitter in this ballpark. Keep it that way. 1-2. Eric Young, when we were in Cincinnati, encapsulated, I thought, very well and succinctly what the plan of attack is for the Braves. They want to play well enough in the first 4 months of the series to give themselves a chance to play meaningful and important games in August and September. After a very slow start, the Braves starting June 1st have done exactly that, rattling off 40 wins out of 54 played. They've shaved 8 games off the Mets divisional lead, and now with 9 games in 14 days head to head with the division leaders, it's all in front of Brian Snitker's club starting tomorrow night.
There's the man in Arizona, gave the speech, and they went on fire after that. Said, this is not us. We're way better than what we're showing on the field. Said last night we didn't deserve to win.
Well, they started June with 14 straight victories, won 21 that month, and haven't looked back. But a walk to Hoskins, who struggled mightily, and he's the tying run with Alec Bohm coming up. So a rare mistake for Lee. That's the first batter he faces, and Snitker's going to go get him with Bohm, Realmuto, and Castellanos, 3 right-hand hitters coming up as the Braves protect a 1-run lead. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 Atlanta. We'll tell you who's on to pitch after the break.
Chrysler Jeep Ram. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Arcia's homer, the only run in game 2 of this series. It came in the 5th inning. Eric Young liked that. Heck, all of Braves country liked it. And now with Dylan Lee taken down, it'll be Colin McHugh to face Alec Bohm, as the Phillies have 3 right-hand hitters scheduled with a runner aboard and 1 out. Look at what McHugh has done over this very impressive stretch.
How about the walks to strikeouts right there? Slings it from the side, breaking balls from all different arm angles, continual arm, good flow, a lot of length in that arm. Sweeps across the plate. Can he get Bohm right here?
Alec is 0 for 3 with a couple of punch outs today. And a line drive into left. That's going to spoil the shift. It drops in front of Rosario. And the Phillies have runners at first and third. A first pitch single. And Alec Bohm has the first hit for the first 4 hitters in this Phillies lineup in the series. And the Braves lead in jeopardy here with first and third, 1 out.
Look, great job by Rosario getting over to that ball and throwing it in the second base to keep the double play in order.
Well, can you get a ground ball or a strikeout here from Realmuto? Double play in order, first and third. JT is 0 for 3 today. Realmuto has hit into 6 double plays this year. And that's off the plate. Ball 1. One thing that gives you hope: Phillies do not yet have a hit with a runner in scoring position in this series.
Braves infield playing back, conceding the run here.
Going for 2 as well. You're hoping Realmuto's legs are a little tired. He's caught a lot last night and today.
Even count for the Phillies catcher.
Hoskins not the fastest runner at third base.
Would you have Riley in right here?
Well, I think Riley, if the ball's hit to Riley hard, I think he still has a shot home plate.
McHugh ready with his 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to Riley. Got to hurry. There's one. Arcia cannon. Got him.
Wow.
The Phillies are going to take a look. Bang, bang play. They called him out. And the Phillies will challenge this call at first. If Realmuto beat the rap, the game is tied. He beat it.
Yes, he did.
2 long throws. So the Phillies are going to cash in the walk. That's what makes Realmuto such a terrific player.
Yep.
He's got great speed.
I mean, let's face it, he got all the tools. I mean, this guy can hit for power. He can run. He can throw. The best catcher in the game right now.
But as it happens so often, a late walk in a 1-run game, the Phillies are able to cash that in, as this will be overturned, I think, at first base, and Realmuto will tie the game.
After review, the call is overturned. The runner is safe. Philadelphia retains their challenge.
So the Phillies wisely challenge, and Realmuto clearly beat the strong throw from Arcia.
Still think that was a great decision by Riley, trying to turn the double play there.
I agree. I would have liked him in just a hair more. It gives you the advantage to go to second base. You can also go home. Riley was playing a little deep. But if you do bring a guy in and to smash to third, then the ball goes past you.
So Charlie Morton can't win this game. The run belongs to Dylan Lee. And now JT Realmuto at first, a threat to steal. Got to keep an eye on him. He's 13 out of 13 in stolen bases, with Castellanos in the box. Always fun to look at the head-to-head matchups and the things managers and pitching coaches think about when they go to their bullpens. Let's see what Colin McHugh has done with Nick Castellanos. Well, they've seen each other a lot. Castellanos is 6 for 18 in his career against McHugh. Most of that work in the American League. 1-0 count. Straighten him up inside. It's 2-0. So the 1-out walk. Bohm hit a pretty good pitch. First and third. Realmuto, the ground ball. The Braves, 2 long throws, couldn't beat JT to prevent the tying run from scoring, and that's where we stand in the 8th. Golfed into center. Heredia as far as he can go. So the Phillies got a favorable matchup, and Castellanos really waited on that pitch and hammered it over the boards in center.
Looked like he was looking for this slider down in the zone. Was able to handle that pitch after fastball up and in. He almost guessed right there.
I agree. I think he was looking breaking ball and got it. Too much of the plate. That's unfortunate.
So a 3-run 8th for the Phillies. They do some 2-out damage. And you talk about a game being decided by inches. Realmuto, safe by an 1/8 of a step, kept the inning alive. So now the Braves have their hands full. You've got Zach Wheeler rolling. You need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead, as the Phillies score 3 runs to take the lead.
And you know Zach Wheeler saying, I'm coming back out.
And that will end the inning, but not before Realmuto and Castellanos plate 3 Phillies runs. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Atlanta. Inning capped by the Nick Castellanos home run. The Braves have a home run today. It came off the bat of Orlando Arcia. That's our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Got a slider up in the zone. Did not miss it. 2 hits on the day. Hopefully Arcia is going in the right direction.
So that's the best coverage in the game, brought to you by our friends at T-Mobile. Arcia will lead off the 8th inning against Seranthony Dominguez. Dominguez has been very good. Only pitcher in the big leagues with 10 or more saves, 5 or more wins, and 5 or more holds. And we mentioned this when we were up in Philadelphia. One change that the Phillies have made, they're letting their starters go deeper into the games, which has taken pressure off of this bullpen. So they haven't been overexposed, and as a result, Brian, it looks like their relief corps is rounding into form.
They are, and then they added on, bringing in Robertson back from last year, who's been pitching really well for the Cubs.
So Seranthony Dominguez now staked with a 2-run lead. Wheeler was outstanding. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and the Arcia home run. He and Morton matched each other pitch for pitch. Driven toward right. Castellanos retreating. He's going to have room on the track. And that's the first out of the Atlanta 8th. And we will welcome Robbie Grossman to the plate. He'll make his Braves debut, pinch hitting for Guillermo Heredia.
Here we go. You see the numbers in Detroit, as we talked about. Better from the left side. Better from the right side, excuse me.
I think this is a good move, though. Get him in the game, get his feet wet. Hopefully he can get something started for the Braves this inning.
Swing and a shot on the first pitch. Hammered deep right. Castellanos turns. It's off the wall. Grossman, welcome to Atlanta. 1 pitch and a 1-out double.
See what I mean, BJ? Better from the left side.
Well, scouting reports say he swings a better right-handed bat, but man, you wouldn't tell the difference here. That's being aggressive. First pitch you see. Rips the ball to right center field.
And for Atlanta, that brings the tying run to the plate. Again, Ronald Acuna Jr. is the hitter. Ronald 0 for 3 today. And looking for his first hit against Mr. Dominguez. And one thing we've talked about a lot with the Phillies, they've got some terrific arms, but sometimes they're scattershot. Make this guy work. And Acuna got 98 center cut and was a touch late. No balls and a strike.
Acuna's really struggled in the 8th and 9th inning, only 5 for 46 this year. Hopefully this is the perfect time to break out right here, Paul.
Yep. Dominguez, big arm, good slider. Will throw the ball to both sides of the plate with his fastball. It's time for Ronald Acuna to break out.
Straight away, very deep in left and center. Castellanos shallow in right. As Dominguez turns it loose and missed badly. It's an even count. Braves bullpen is busy. Morton, Lee, and McHugh have been the men on the mound for the Braves so far. Atlanta, as we know so well, plays you a tough and hard 27 outs. Can they complete a comeback today? Kenley Jansen if the Braves take the lead. A.J. Minter, I would presume, for the 9th if they don't. 3-1 Phillies. 2-1 count for Ronald. 2-2.
He is just opening up too quick, and you can almost see him trying to keep the shoulder down, and all of a sudden, as soon as the pitch is coming, he's just opening up too quick. He's not trusting his hands.
That's what Kevin Seitzer's been talking about with him.
Yep.
Hasn't taken hold yet. Perhaps it will with a 2-2 count. Grossman, a pinch hit double, has a big lead. Here it is.
And if you take a look at his setup, you almost see him kind of leaning forward, you know, because he's really focused on keeping that shoulder in. Sometimes when you start thinking about it and over exaggerating, that's when everything goes wrong.
They'll walk you if you let them. There you go. 2 on, 1 out. And Dansby Swanson is the hitter. It's the most amazing stat. Again, here we are, 2 months left in the season, and the Phillies bullpen, having pitched 217 fewer innings than their starting staff, has issued 22 more walks. That's how you give your manager ulcers.
And I can tell you as a player, when you're ahead in the game and you give it up late, makes for a bad locker room. Takes a lot of mojo out of that.
Especially on travel day.
Yeah.
You got to sit on a plane with that.
Against a division opponent that you're chasing.
So Dansby Swanson, the hitter, 4 knocks in this series. Very limited duty with Sir Anthony Dominguez. Matt Olson on deck. Phillies bullpen is busy. 2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Slider.
I like it. That's a good swing right there. You got just after a walk, you know Dominguez is pressing out there. He has to throw strike 1. Be aggressive.
Big gap left center for Dansby. The pitch. 100 down and away strike.
We got him where we want him, though. 2 strikes.
Good wheels at first with Acuna. Double scores them both.
Grossman the lead runner. The 0-2 pitch. What a take. April and May, that's strike 3. Not right now. He is spitting on that ball off the plate. And Swanson lives to see another here. Trying to pick up his second hit on the day. Two outs. Nasty slider. So it's up to Matt Olson, who, as we told you, has crushed the Phillies in 14 career games, 8 career homers. This would be a perfect time for number 9. Dominguez has faced the requisite number of pitchers, and Rob Thompson is on his way out. They have bullpen action, and it looks like Alvarado is going to come in, and the Phillies are going to go lefty-lefty, which you'd expect against Matt Olson. So some trouble for Dominguez. He'll leave a couple of base runners aboard. They represent the tying runs. Matt Olson next. Phillies lead. Matt Olson will be the Braves' last hope in the 8th inning, with Austin Riley batting behind him. Before the Braves try to continue this comeback, BJ, let's enjoy a quick word from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
And how about Matt Olson, 1 for 2 off of Alvarado. 26 RBIs versus left-handers this year, leads the National League. Big situation right here, Paul.
It is. Olson can hit lefties. Alvarado is 72% fastballs, 2 lefties. As a lefty, that's unusual. Heavy sinker, hard, inside part of the plate. Don't miss over the middle. It'll be chop house time.
22 home runs versus lefties last year. Led all major league batters from the left side.
Well, Alvarado seldom gives up a long ball to a left-hand hitter, but he did Saturday against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's see if Olson can continue Alvarado's tough week. 2 on, 2 outs. Matt 0 for 3 in today's game. And the big left-hander comes set. Here it is. First pitch swing popped up. Bohm and Gregorius. Didi says he's got it. And the inning is over. Braves strand a pair in the 8th. We go to the 9th. 3-1 Philadelphia.
Your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Phillies enjoy a 3-1 lead after 8 here at Truist Park, which offers exclusive premium clubs that combine spectacular views of world-class baseball with first-class amenities. New this year is the newly renovated Delta Sky 360 Club, which includes over 8,000 additional square feet, the Gold Glove Bar, renowned mixologists and chefs, 2 private retail stores, and so much more. Go to Braves.com/premium to learn more and join the 2023 Premium Membership waitlist.
Great numbers from A.J. Minter. Has had a rough couple outings in his last few. See if he can bounce back. Overall, he has been so solid this whole year.
Well, if you remember, in Philadelphia, this is the same guy who hit that 3-run homer to essentially win the ball game for the Phillies.
There's the new Atlanta defensive lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr. a rare appearance in center field with Heredia taken down. Robbie Grossman now in right as Minter versus Bryson Stott. And he strikes out looking. 3 pitches, 1 out in the 9th.
Not a way to get him back, Paul.
I like that result better, BJ. There it is. Up and away. Little good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Matt Vierling is the hitter. He singled and was stranded in the 7th. His first hit of the series. Phillies acquired Brandon Marsh from the Angels yesterday. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust their roster going forward. The Phillies will take on the Washington Nationals next. 4-game series, and I'm told Noah Syndergaard is supposed to start one of those games, if not the first one of that series. They also got Syndergaard from the Angels. And we will be big Nationals fans today at Anibal Sanchez as they will face the Mets. That game starts in a little more than an hour. A.J. Minter throwing BBs, 5 pitches, 5 strikes. Make it 6 for 6 as that one spoiled foul. It's 0-2. Looking ahead to our 9th inning rally, it'll be Austin Riley, Eddie Rosario, and Marcell Ozuna coming up for the Braves. And a swing and a miss. All strikes from Minter. 2 up, 2 down.
AJ's on a mission.
I love it when he's more aggressive, throwing strikes, just challenging hitters.
Changeup, down and away. Bottom falls out. Made him go to one knee right there, BJ.
That's when you're totally fooled right there.
Another one of the Phillies' new acquisitions is in their bullpen, David Robertson, who came over from the Cubs. He's going to come on to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning as the Phillies have a 2-run lead. Didi Gregorius has a 1-for-3 afternoon. And he's going to be 1 for 4 as Minter threw 9 strikes and got 3 outs. Time to rally. The Braves need 2 to tie it. Last call, 3-1 Phillies in the 9th. Inning 3 to walk off and complete a perfect homestand. Our player comparison is brought to you by Landmark. You saw a shot of Kyle Wright, National League wins leader. Perfect guy, fellas, to start the series. That's our player comparison with the Mets ahead tomorrow night.
I love it. Let's get it on. Check it out. Carrasco, good numbers. Kyle Wright has been fantastic this year. I don't know where the Braves would be without this man stepping up, being a totally different pitcher. Fantastic in all categories. Braves have some great young players who are going to be fun to watch for a long time. He's one of them.
It's going to be very exciting to see these young guys pitch in New York where it matters right now. It's going to be like a playoff environment. So we got the right man, right time. Kyle Wright starting it off.
Mentioned David Robertson came over from the Cubs at the deadline. This is his second go-around with the Phillies. He signed a contract with them in 2019, was hurt, didn't pitch much over a couple of years, went to Chicago, got healthy, and now he's back with the Phillies looking for his 15th save of the season. But he's got a tough inning, starting with Austin Riley, who has a 2nd inning double in today's game. Just need a base runner. A little pressure on Robertson. And that one buzzed the tower. Ball 1.
Well, I was just going to say that they're looking for strikes out of Robertson too. You mentioned that pen can walk a lot of guys.
Missed again inside. Ball 2.
Well, I think you knew that slider was coming after that first pitch. Up and in, get you off the plate.
Popped up out of play, right side for Riley, the Braves MVP candidate. 32 doubles, 29 homers, and sitting on 68 ribbies. Braves about hit the Phillies 6-5 today, but have left 5 on base, and now Robertson back even at 2-2. Wheeler and McHugh at the moment the pitchers of record in game 2 of the series. Full count. We'll take a walk if Robertson would oblige.
That would be a perfect start. Either home run or walk.
That's how the Phillies 8 started. And again, the Braves were a quarter of a step away from an inning-ending double play and preserving the lead. It didn't work out that way. As the 3-2 homeward. And a swing and a miss. Riley tied up at 93. And Robertson has his first strikeout. One away.
Fastball inside part of the plate at 93. Had some heat on it. 93 is not fast anymore, but I can tell by the way Riley swung, it's quick. It gets on you.
Had a little movement too, that late run.
This guy wears his Phillies uniform the way Birdie used to, right? High socks.
High socks, yep.
But I didn't wear blue Cubs shoes.
Well, it's on order right now, his Philly shoes.
And when you get to a new team with different cleats, you don't want to break out a new pair of spikes on day one.
Well, there's a little bit of blue in the uniform. See the button on top of the cap?
Star.
This is fashion.
And Rosario way out in front. And the Braves are running out of strikes. Eddie's got one left. He's 0 for 3 in today's play. He's trying to keep their 4-game winning streak alive. They've got 2 outs left. A ball and 2 strikes. Phillies have a date with the Mets coming up after a week of play against Washington and the Marlins. They head to New York for 3 games. That'll be while we're in Miami, I believe.
Well, this Phillies team's not going away. They got better. We're not going away. We're very good and got better. And the Mets aren't going away. They've been strong all year. This is going to be a fantastic finish. I'm here for all of it. As we said, the season started yesterday. Doesn't matter what you did in April. These next 2 months are going to be a blast to watch.
The Braves, the top wild card team, the Padres, Phillies, and Cardinals. Philly and St. Louis tied with identical records. Again, 3 wild cards from each league make postseason play this year. As Rosario down on a breaking ball, and Robertson has back-to-back strikeouts to start the home 9th. This guy's tough.
Good backdoor slider. A la Charlie Morton-ish. Get ahead in the count. You got to protect. May or may not hit that corner.
And versus lefties, you got to keep that slider down in the zone. Exactly what he did.
So Marcel will try to keep the game alive. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. He's hit the ball in the air in his other 2 trips to the plate. And takes a strike. What a difference having a reliable 9th inning guy makes on obviously the final inning of a game, but the rest of the bullpen, how everyone else can slot in order. Braves for years have been blessed with that 9th inning guy. And it just sets things up over the middle innings of a ball game if needed. It's been the case for the Phillies today. Robertson trying to save a win for Zach Wheeler. And he's a strike away from doing that.
Give credit to Zach Wheeler. Comes back home, makes one mistake, gives up a home run, but keeps his ball club in the ball game.
And so he's a strike away from his 10th victory. And a split of this series in Atlanta. Base is empty. And the 1-2 pitch. We will next see the Phillies here September 16th. A 3-game series. The final 4 head-to-head are in Philadelphia starting September 22nd. So still a lot of work head-to-head with the Fightins. And a pop-up right side. Hoskins is under. He's in foul ground, and the Phillies come back with a 3-run 8th to split the series. Your final in Atlanta today, Phillies 3 and the Braves 1.
Wow, Charlie Morton was so good. Definitely deserving to win the ball game, but Zach Wheeler just a little better. Very efficient and held the Braves to only scoring 1 run. I mean, he was good. Give him credit.
Yeah, this had the feel of playoff baseball. 2 good starting pitchers going at it. Came down to the team that made fewer mistakes. Braves, like they always do last year and this year, you have to bounce back. Kyle Wright on the hill tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
So the Braves will try to start a new win streak tomorrow night in New York. We start a 5-game series with the Mets. Phillies split the series in Atlanta today by a final score of 3-1. Our coverage tomorrow night from the Big Apple begins at 6:30 here on Bally Sports. Terrific homestand for the Braves. They went 4-1. We'll wrap things up for you on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity next. For Kelly Kroll, for Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, I'm Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night in New York.